I'm sorry, Pika. I didn't get you a pilgrim hat. I didn't want to go there. I just, because you're from Japan. I'm from Massachusetts. Come on. Well, you're from Massachusetts now, too. You're naturalized. Yes, you're one of us. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. How are you today? Welcome to the Comics Coffee Table. Hopefully, if you have not had the day off, hopefully you're taking a break. And hopefully you have some turkey, some stuffing or dressing, some gravy, some cranberry sauce. The fixins. I like making a sandwich after Thanksgiving dinner. I'm spending my Thanksgiving with my parents, of whom this entire season this year is dedicated to. Last Christmas they bought me some books, the Overstreet Guides, Degrading Comics, the Price Guide, and now I'm alive with comic book information. Yeah, huh? My parents bought me these two books last year for Christmas, and they've been a big part of the show all year long. So this year is dedicated to my parents. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. Hopefully you are celebrating your Thanksgiving. If you're not a Thanksgiving celebrant, well, you're still welcome here at this Comics Coffee Table. Pull up a chair, grab a cuppa, whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today there, pal, pussycat, tough guy, tiddlywinks, turkey pockets on Turkey Day. However you identify in the grand spectrum of humanity on planet Earth and beyond, you are welcome here at our table. We're giving thanks. I'm giving thanks to you, oh viewer. Thank you so very much. From Pikachu O'Sullivan and our production team here, pre-recorded before a live studio audience of my stuffed animals from Boston Studios, which is down the street from the corner. Thank you so very much for tuning in. It's Thanksgiving Thursday, and we are taking, this year we are rebagging, reboarding, reboxing my entire collection. I am migrating my collection out of these stained old long boxes with their blown out corners. And I'm moving them to these short boxes. The older I get, the heavier these things get. And, excuse me, too much turkey. Oh, a lot of garlic in that, huh? Mom's broccoli casserole, with the French's fried onions for the topping. Oh gosh, I would share, but that's just the shape of it, man. Sorry, I got distracted by a text. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, we are reboxing, reboarding, rebagging my entire collection. We're big on getting our supplies at the local comic book shop. I'm not getting my supplies at the big box stores or the online supply chain. And we've been doing this all year long, so I spent a good chunk of change on comic book supplies. New bags, new boards, new boxes. And I'm spending my money at the LCS, the local comic book shop. That's right. And hopefully you do too. Your local comic book shop deserves your patronage. I hope so. I even finally got some of those Mylar bags. Those Mylar snugs are no joke, man. They're like pretty pricey. It was $40 for a pack of 50. Let's see. But that's the retail markup. I know I could have got I could have got a price break if I had only used my online supply chain. But that doesn't help my local comic book shop, which is a local business that made it through lockdown 2020. It's an independent bookstore. And you know what? And it's up to us to go to our local stores and to spend our money there, to get out of our homes and to once again reclaim our spaces and go and enjoy ourselves and each other. Please. What do we got? We've got comics to bag and board. I've got a stack of funny books here. Let's get to it. Whoa, whoa, touch me, baby, lunch. Yeah, so let's get to it. What do we do here? We are reboxing, reboarding, and rebagging my comic book collection. Got some, let's see, wow, I've got 5 issues of Nightwing here. Yeah, let's give them new bags and boards. This is from 1 year later. This is the immediately following Infinite Crisis. The Infinite Crisis of 2000 and something. When was Infinite Crisis? I should know all this stuff by heart. Why am I... Pika! To the notes. I give thanks for you. I give thanks for Pika. I give thanks for you, Canadian Bear. You know what I mean? And you too, Drinka, from our, in the production booth over there. Infinite Crisis. Infinite Crisis. It's a 2005, 2006 storyline. Let's look at the indicia. Let's look at a funny book. This is what we do here. We look at funny books. What's going on? Oh, look at those spine cracks. Like, this is not, like, this would be worth anything anyway, but still. Ooh, hey, look, Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading cards. It's New York's It's 1 year later. Now, what happened to Dick Grayson in Infinite Crisis? He was supposed to die. He took an energy blast to the chest from Alex Luthor of Earth 3, and Bruce Wayne, Batman, was on the verge of killing him using a gun, testing Batman's wherewithal and fortitude. A car ad. Look, a video game ad. You know we love I love Dragon Ball video games. Did you know that? Because at the Comics Coffee Table, we have a stack of video games just waiting for you. It's a PS1 and a PS2 games. Love those Budokai games. I loved Ultimate Battle 22. I was a huge fan of PS4 of Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I played that for a few years. Online tournaments, great fun. It's like playing. I say this with every iteration, and it gets better and better with the game animation. That it's like you're playing the cartoon. But yeah, this is 1 year later. Here's some 1 year later for you. Here's the indicia. Let's look at the indicia. It's Nightwing 111. Cover dated May of 2006. Yeah, Dan DiDio had a thing about he didn't really like the legacy characters, so he kind of just like was very dismissive of them. And so Nightwing is back in New York. But is it the real Nightwing? Anybody? It's being a little brutal. And then, see that? That's Jason Todd. That's not really Nightwing. Because here's Dick Grayson here. Loverboy. That's not Barbara. That's someone named Cheyenne. She's a she's a fashion designer in New York City. Yeah, Loverboy. People love seeing half-naked Nightwing. Teen Titans. Speaking of Dick Grayson. Aw. Yeah, so this is just about like Nightwing, Killer. More Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yeah, I'm not reading Nightwing now, but I used to, you know. Hey, look. Video game ad. Oh, boy. The eye toy puts you in the game. And you can tell them apart because Dick's got longer hair. Here's Nightwing 119. Who's writing this? Bruce Jones, pencils by Joe Dodd, inks by Bit, and covers by Jock. Great covers by Jock. Look at that. It got folded in the center. That's a huge ding. But I wouldn't expect this to gain, and this is not a key issue. You know what I mean? This is just a common $2.50 floppy from any given Wednesday that you would get in 2006. The original Planet of the Apes, anyone? And there you are, dealing with your kid brother. You're not so kid brother. Way before the Final Fantasy VII remake, we had Final Fantasy movies. Really. It was huge. I should play that one day. I've never gotten around to even putting that disc in. And Dick getting himself into hijinks. He goes to say hi to his girlfriend, and they hire him to be a model because he's that good looking. Oh my goodness. And this is why people read Nightwing, because he's romantic. He's a good guy. We root for him. We want to see him succeed. We want to see him get laid. Yeah. Oh, remember HeroClix? I always thought HeroClix were kind of fun because there was such an array of them. I never got them myself. Never really got into them. But just look, I love the attention to detail. The guy, they seem to have like every single character imaginable. And let's fulfill the promise of the show. We need new bags, new boards, new boxes. Let's do it. We're going to double them up. We might triple one up. We're going to triple this one up. What? Trip up? One more will fit in there, you think? Beautiful cover by Jock. Video game ad. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that corner. Wow, look at that spine roll. Look at that freaking, look at that fading. Look at that Lara Croft. Looking at a video game girl. Look at that imaginary girl. Look, it's LeBron James back in the day, 2006, 18 years ago. Let's see. Will that fit? Yes, that will fit. All right. That's fine. There we go. And let's, one piece of tape. And we got 3 issues of Nightwing in here. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Don't know. And by issues 121, they lose the 1 year later trade dress. And then by the end of it, Cheyenne herself, she puts on she makes her own Nightwing costume. And she's got powers, apparently. And then they have to save Jason. Here's some art you'll never get in a comic book anymore. Strippers on a stripper pole. Looking hot. Dungeons and Dragons. You're going to sit in your basement pretending to be an elf? You should at least have some friends over to help. Aw. No, only elves, only people that are real life elves can play elves or something like that. I don't care. I'm really all set with the culture war. Really. Rush City by Chuck Dixon. Hey, look. Video game ad. More Dragon Ball. Yep. And here you go. The end. And everything, all's well that ends well. What's going over? We got 52 going over on the other side of the comics. And there we go, yeah. DC Nation. Now here's one that's pretty good. Oh wow, look. Video game ad. It's that Superman game for Superman Returns. I heard this was a really good game. The movie tanked. There we go. We have new bag, new board. It needed a board and no board. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 issues here. This is a really good story. This is called Up, Up, and Away. And this is the 1 year later Superman story. And it's between Action and Superman. Written by Jeff Johns. And Kurt Busiek. With art by Pete Woods. They do the whole 8 issues here. This was about Superman who survives the Infinite Crisis. Barely. By defeating Superboy Prime by pushing him through the red sun of Krypton, Rao. Along with Earth 2 Superman. And Superboy Prime kills Earth 2 Superman. and with his bare hands, he literally beats him to death. Someone that he spent a lot of time with in the paradise dimension. And he's got all this pent-up rage and frustration. And he kills his friend. And then our Superman, the Prime Earth, the Earth Zero, New Earth Superman, of course, saves the day. And he ends up depowered. Let's look this up. This is the Overstreet Comic Book Price Guide, the 52nd. It's last year's. But we're going to look up to see how much this comic is worth. No, not Supercar. Supergirl, Superman, $6.50. $4. 1 year later, Clark powerless after Infinite Crisis. And the subsequent issues are $3. And this had a $2.50 cover price. But that's all. This would be worth $4 if it was only a 9.2. Of course, we have Spine Roll. We got some, hey, once again, there's another new Superman rocket. There's so many different iterations of Jor-El's rocket that he made for baby Kal-El. And slowly, Clark is going to get his powers back. But until then, it's a world without a Superman. And what he can do is be one of the best investigative reporters for the Daily Planet with his Kryptonian intellect, And also, Jeff Johns introduces something called Sunstone. That's basically the Kryptonian crystal that we see in Superman 1978, the Richard Donner movie. Jeff Johns worked a lot with Richard Donner in Hollywood before he came over to DC Comics. And Superman, Lois, Jimmy, Perry, Lex. Simple. But this is a really, really decent story. We bring back the Kryptonite Man. We've got the returned Supergirl for this new continuity. The one that came back in Superman Batman. Oh, here. He's so smart, but he doesn't know that Lex is so smart, but he doesn't know that Clark is Superman. But he gets to hit him, and he bleeds. Indeed. I found this one as well. This has got nothing to do with anything. This comes a little later. This is called Action Comics 850. I wanted to look that one up too, because these are milestone issues. Let's look up Action Comics. I hope you're having a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you're filled with family, food, and if you're not, come here and let me know. And hang out at our comics coffee table. $8.50, $3.99 cover price. Supergirl and Legion of Superheroes Origin Retold $4. Does not. It's these even ballyhooed milestone issues such as 850, like 50s and 100s. You know, do they gain in value? Not necessarily. No, they really don't. Oh wow, ladies and gentlemen, the Michael Bay Transformers movie. This is from 2007. We got lots of spine. Look at all that spine roll on there. Look at those cracks. And countdown 48. So this is slowly reintroducing the pre-crisis Legion of Superheroes. Pretty good art. Yeah, we just got Superman, Supergirl, Legion of Superheroes, hanging out, doing super things. Remember Mini Mates? Oh, wow. Like I said, once again, they got such a great selection of different, like they got like every single hero. I never really got into these. I was more into Legos and Lego minis. I love Lego minifigures. This is a 2007 comic book. So we got, so we're starting up. So this is written by Kurt Busiek, Jeff Johns, Fabian Nicieza. Did I say his name right? Well, we kind of begin this whole thing with there are so many Legionnaires that they need their own kind of, little tags. Like, hey, just here's your reminder. This is where they're from. This is who they are. What their code name is. So it's like Supergirl's in the 31st century, and she's looking through, which timeline, that's not quite my Superman. That's not quite my Superman. Oh, that hair, no. And it's like there's my Superman. Remember this? The Legion of Superheroes in the 31st century cartoon. Now that this is during the Superboy stuff that they couldn't use. That there was some. Let's look that up real quick. Legal issues. Superboy. In the 2000s. Let's see here. So remember, this is from 2007, and this was Superboy Prime could no longer be called Superboy Primes. They called him Superman Prime during Countdown. Okay, this is from the wiki called Copyright Lawsuits by Superman. 2004 through 2016, Jerry Siegel's heirs sued. Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster are the creators of Superman. On October 8th, 2004, Siegel's heirs filed suit in the U.S. State District Court for Central District of California to assert their claim that they owned 50% of the copyright of Superman, the other half being Shuster's. On October 22nd, 2004, Siegel's heir filed another lawsuit in the same court over the rights to Superboy. They claimed 100% ownership of the Superboy character, as it was solely the creation of Siegel, who says that's another story in itself with ash cans, and it's Siegel create this character while he was in the army serving in World War II, and how could you have, it's a big ballyhoo to it. The cases were assigned to a judge in September of 2005, and in 2006 they were assigned to another judge, and so this is around the time. So there was so much back and forth about the Superboy name that any use of Superboy, if you're going to be making money off of Superboy, why make money off of Superboy when you're just going to have to give it away? So it's like, it's just going to be safer to not use it at all. Here's a big advertisement. Look at this comic style advertisement between like The Batman, which was a CW cartoon that showed like a younger Batman, and Cal Ripken Jr. And this is for baseball cards, I think. What's that? Hall of Fame edition, whatever that is. Let's look at this. It's Big League Chew. It's bubble gum, snack food. And it's a comic book. It's a comic within a comic, so it's a comic ad. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8-page ad in the center of a comic book. And the case went on until 2016, and I believe was just regarding Superboy. DC Comics argued that Superboy was a work made for hire, and thus DC owned the character from conception, that Superboy was a derivative work of Superman, and thus Siegel had no right to it because DC owned Superman, and that Superboy was a joint work between Siegel and Schuster, and thus Siegel's heirs lacked the majority interest required to terminate the copyright. On March 23rd, 2006, Judge Liu concluded that the 1947-48 lawsuit already addressed and rejected these arguments and it precluded relitigation. Liu ruled that Siegel's heirs had effectively terminated Siegel's grant of the rights to Superboy. He also ruled that the protagonist of the show Smallville was Superboy, which they never called him in the 10 years of that show. Or 9 years, I think. 10 years? 10 years. Smallville was 10 seasons long. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 10 seasons. I watched them. You should know. And such are the wonderful world of legal copyrights and intellectual properties and comic book owners and comic book creators, and what rights do they have once you've created and sold something. It's ongoing, it's ever evolving, especially in the 21st century. Now you have digital, now you have, like equity stakes, and like sometimes it works out for creators, sometimes it doesn't. Just look at these wonderful covers. Terry Dodson covers. Look, snack food. Justice League Pops. Well, thank you so very much for spending some of your Thanksgiving with us. I am thankful and blessed and grateful for everyone that tunes into the show, everyone that makes a comment, everyone that shows up for the live chat premiere. Hopefully that you are with your family, eating, breaking bread at a big table full of loved ones and food. I have most of my relatives have moved away to Florida. So here in Massachusetts, it's just me, my mom, and my stepdad. And, but it's the biggest little table you'll ever see. And you're here with us in spirit. And probably right now at the dinner table, my mom's like, why do you put that phone away? We're trying to eat. Hanging out with your internet friends. And I'm very grateful and blessed for all of you. And so keep coming. We'll be here tomorrow. It's Black Friday. We might, and it's time to break out the Christmas music and the holiday cheer, because that's when I officially get psyched for Christmas, because now it's Christmas. Tomorrow It's time to celebrate and get ready for Christmas. Anything before Thanksgiving is verboten. No. I'm not one of those people. And, but thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. We will see you again in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.